Hey YA, thanks for joining me today. We are in Matthew chapter 23, and we, of course, are going to pick up in the beginning of the chapter here and go over that together. So I do want to kind of preface what happened in chapter 22. This is important here. He silences the Sadducees and the Pharisees in two different teachings or questions where they're trying to trap him. So the crowd here is kind of captivated and in awe of what he's saying. So he grabs their attention. He's in verse 2. The scribes and the Pharisees sit on Moses' seat. So do and observe whatever they tell you. It's interesting to me that he is respecting and honoring what his father ordained as the Levitical tribe, the Levitical priests. Like, he's not challenging that. He says, do and observe whatever they tell you, but not the works that they do. Their outward actions. What are they actually doing? What they're saying, right, according to the law, do. What they're doing, not according to the law, do not do. Ignore that. For they preach, but do not practice. Again, he's just confirming what he just said. They tie up heavy burdens hard to bear and lay them on people's shoulders. They're trying to make themselves elevated above other people. And the interesting thing to me is down in verse 8, where he says, but you are not to be called rabbi, for you have one teacher, and you are all brothers. This is to the crowd again. And call no man your father on earth, for you have one Father who is in heaven. Neither be called instructors, for you have one instructor, the Christ. The greatest among you shall be your servant. Whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and whoever humbles himself will be exalted. I think this teaching is still completely lost today. The urgency for a title and position and authority is still substantial. But Jesus, who established servant leadership, right, the upside down version of leadership, is highlighting this in multiple ways. He gives us 3 examples of what we are not to do. And it just kind of shows me that we are still lost without him. We are still needing to be dependent on him. And honestly, the root problem still only has one solution, and we still try to avoid it or have our own solutions to the problem, where we want to be higher, we want to be exalted, we want to be greater, and it gets in our way, when the reality is we can't exalt and elevate Jesus if we're really focused on elevating ourselves, and we can't even exalt and elevate others if we're focused on ourselves. So challenge for me here is the title is nothing, but the action is everything. What can I do to exalt and lift the name of Jesus and the other followers around me, versus being concerned on what status and what level that I'm at myself? Thanks for joining me today. You guys have a great week. We'll see you next time.